presentation that would cover some of the things as a business owner I think are important. I'm also very technical and do a lot of PHP, MySQL, and Drupal programming, but at this point in my career, just having done this for 10 years, I do a lot of project management, a lot of business management, but I have a lot of knowledge about the full spectrum. I'm going to talk about selling, planning, and designing for mobile, and one of the areas that we do is comprehensive, strategic, backing up, helping a client plan. So I want to go through kind of this, some of the stuff specifically about mobile for us. We do web and do mobile apps, so native. So web is a lot of times mobile sites, so sites that look good on your mobile device, and then on the other hand, you have mobile apps, which is iPhone and Android, which is the native. For those would be Objective-C and Java, versus you guys are learning more JavaScript and HTML and doing more mobile sites. So, I wanted to just get a little bit of feedback. First of all, knowing that you guys are learning mobile sites, that's more relevant. And since I do iPhone and Android and mobile sites, would you like to know about apps, or are you interested in?
And they are kind of working on apps. I mean, we're setting up like Node.js, and we've got our MongoDB. So we're setting up full functional mobile web apps. So
apps.
Taking it, and some people are even using like the Canvas element and doing like games, HTML5 games and stuff. So, there will probably be some similarities in what we've been covering and what you guys do with the native apps, although the languages would be different. But at the same time, also part of the program is mobile interface design, mobile web, and so that that's also definitely a part of that HTML. They definitely start off there, when they come into the program.
Cool. Okay, good. Well,
but getting to actual native apps is
interest
of the goal. Yeah, long-term goal. That's.
Okay, cool.
That's part of it.
Well, great. So a lot of the work that we do, we're in the process of also selling ourselves. So I wanted to just talk a little bit about some tools that we use, and how really my point with this is how selling wraps into the planning and design, using tools like Gantt charts. To be able to actually plan the project using sitemap, kind of understanding the structure, the architecture, building the blueprints before you actually go into building, the house or the app or whatever it is. And in that, I have some little tips and tricks. And I think when you include the sitemap, when you include the Gantt chart into your proposals, the planning documents can help you to sell. Presentation if you're pitching someone, if you're going out there. So I'm not really going to get into how to sell. I'm just more saying that that's a technique, and we'll talk a little bit about mobile stats and why this is so important, and things that we can use in selling. So all this stuff is wrapped together. The planning, from our standpoint, it's a bunch of checklists. I'm not going to cover that too much because I don't have too much time, but I'm going to do an overview of that. And then design, which I look at as mobile patterns. You're fitting together, if you have a series of different notifications, lists, search, map, pins on a map. These are basically patterns that you're fitting together. So when you start to think about pattern libraries, when I have an app, I want to have a checklist of different things that I roll out with each app. Like, for example, notifications don't just come with every app. You have to build that in so that you have a web interface where you can actually put in something that will then be a notification on your iPhone or Android. And anyone that's familiar with iPhone and Android knows that that's like basically a text message. So if you build that into your app, then now you can text message all the people that have this mobile app. Copying and looking at how other people do web design is huge because, number one, these people have spent millions of dollars coming up with the UI and know everything. So if you think about Facebook's iPhone app, we steal stuff, pick it from every place, copy best designs, and that's really important. So we'll get into that. One of the things that we've done is we've developed a mobile app from Top Floor Studios, my company. I'm Ty Halleck. We've built a product basically that's an event conference product. And over the years, we used to do the web version. Then when mobile came, when we had iPhone and Android, we built an iPhone and Android version of this, and we've been selling it to conferences. We've done Boy Scout conferences. Now, we're developing features, like for example, there's map feature, and then so you can see all the different stages. You can see at an event, you can see where the conference. You can see this is going on here. This is going on here. This is going on here. We built a QR scanner into it, so now somebody can check in at a spot and say, I'm here. We built a social network component of that, where now, the social network connected, someone so that when they do check in at this little lounge over here, it can alert everybody else via notifications that they can come to the spot. So you can see how putting together several of these, the community QR scanners, points, nodes, event maps, location, GPS, can be, pretty powerful. And I think it's powerful because I'm working on it. So that's the overview. And I wanted to start by, and this is going to be boring for all of our viewers, that's the introduction. And I just wanted to take 5 minutes. Do we have paper? Sure we do.
Oh, let's see, that whole paper thing, I know we got,
I have a
computers, like, I'm so in the
You
stomach.
find